get it as a joke for privacy?
And you're on.
For privacy.
This way.
Hey!
Over here.
Sorry, it's confusing and there's holes with people talking.
There's a lot of stuff going on here.
It's weird.
Big changes.
Big changes. Like
Things
people
going
can
on.
just wander in at any point.
Should we give them a tour of the wonderful work that's being done here?
Oh yeah, do that.
Here, I'll pick it up and move it, and Phil's gonna hate me for it, but.
Yep.
Ooh.
Look at the hole, and the peoples can now just go and see the hay. Hello, how you do?
This way people can see that there's a lot of fun being had. Is this centered?
That is not.
Okay, hold on.
Not.
Other way. You went the wrong way.
Better?
That's. I can't really see because you're in the way.
We're gonna figure it out, guys.
Maybe.
Just sit down. I'll fix it.
All right.
We could totally
sitting back
mess it
down.
up, but yeah, we got all kinds of fun stuff happening here. So Rich is destroying the wall, and
He went on a tirade and just started.
so that we can have
cutting
lots
holes in
of
the wall.
openness. So if there's lots of extra noise, it's not my fault. Just know that.
Yeah.
It's totally Phil's. We'll blame it on Phil, even though it's Rich that's making the holes and the noise.
Yeah. For the window, so you guys can see all the fun stuff that happens here in the simulator room.
Yeah,
That we don't get enough use
come
of.
in
So
and
we're trying
hang
to
out
promote
and
more
stuff.
use of the fun because it's actually a lot of fun and cool
Dude,
training.
they had
aspect.
like a real close up of that mustache too.
Oh my gosh,
it
it's
was
so
like
gross.
right there. People
Yep,
were all
mustache
like-
is still going strong. I know it's
people
been a
are
while
all
since you guys have
excited.
seen me, but it hasn't gone anywhere. And a lot of you,
it's looking like it's a thicker
yeah,
group of hairs.
coming in. It's coming in.
Pretty amazing.
It was pretty disgusting, but I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing though. It's pretty amazing.
All right. Well, let's talk about stuff. We got stuff to talk
that's
about.
going on. Chaos in the world of the laws and the who's doing what. So, lots of things changing. Vote is going to count this year. We're going to try and stay non-political on this, but this is where you got to. If you enjoy shooting, and if you're watching this, you definitely enjoy shooting. It's time that we actually get out and do the voting part. All the rallies are great. They get people excited, but obviously, according to Virginia, that doesn't matter. They don't care what people actually are talking about. They care about what they think the voters are going to vote for.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, when they had everyone come out to Virginia for their little rally, it was obviously extremely peaceful, otherwise it would have been terrible, but they had a huge turnout from all over the country, and it was also like the cleanest rally ever afterwards. Like everything was like cleaned up, and the streets were like left better than they were when they showed up. And there was a guy walking around with a Barrett 50 cal because why
Who,
not?
oddly enough, is from New York.
See, even if you live in an oppressed state, which
It doesn't
we
allow
aren't,
you to have that.
yeah, and
Somehow
another state is
it
going to
has.
get to your level. Just go show them your support. Let them know how bad it can be. But yeah,
However, we're going to have to vote.
because they had that giant turnout, and things unfortunately still kept moving in the.
Yep, they turned right around and went, "Thanks for your support.
And your protests.
We're not going to pay attention." So they have the assault weapons ban that has passed the House. It's going to make it a misdemeanor to have any large capacity magazines that hold more than, new number now, 12 rounds. Not sure where they get 12 rounds. But 12 rounds, and then places more restrictions on sale and transfers. And they also passed a bill that requires background checks at gun sales, or for gun sales at gun shows. Since the state police are already there, and to my knowledge don't actually have the legal authority to run the background check through the FBI, because the state police and the FBI are
Two very
different
separate
branches. So
entities.
not sure how that's going to go, but good luck to them trying. They also voted, the third big one is requiring concealed carry permit applicants to take training courses in person rather than just over the online side. As many of you may or may not know, Virginia has always had this thing where anybody from anywhere it's like $75 and you can take an online class to the test, boom, and then they send you a concealed carry license. It's not valid in all states or as many states as most other states, but it is valid in a couple of additional states that. So they're removing all that good stuff. So Virginia officially sucks. They're not paying any attention to the people. Some good news for them possibly is that West Virginia is like, hey, boys, I know we seceded a long time ago when we left the Confederacy and y'all stayed in the Confederacy. They went to the north, became West Virginia, and then now they're like, hey, all you cities that don't like those laws, like, we're gonna let you keep guns and stuff so you can become part of West Virginia if you want.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. It's kind of one of the new things that's popping up is maybe we get some extra states out of it. Or maybe we just
Changing
get,
maps.
Just
Maps are changing.
rearranging.
Yeah. We'll just pick one
Cross
state up
T's
and like
and dot
move the
I's.
other one, and then you just it's easy. Helicopters and things. Basic geography.
Yeah. Wow, you actually used the right term that
Yeah,
time.
I know, right? I didn't
swore
mean
it was
to.
going to be geometry.
I use geography for everything. I'm like, yeah, 7 + 8 is 3. It's basic geography, right? Like, but this time it actually
Or
applied
Dremel
for-
smithing.
Dremel
Basic
smith-
geography.
Basic geography, yeah.
Yeah.
Proficient
So
Dremel.
another state that's going down the hole maybe, Arizona.
Bum, bum,
last
bum.
week. They want to stop all people from assault weapons and so forth. So they've got a new bill saying the same old, same old. The last one died out. Most likely, we're hoping that this one dies out, but same old, same old.
Well, I mean,
No
what it comes down
assault
to is
weapons.
it's the statistics show that enforcing laws like this really affect the crime rate.
Yeah.
Not in a good way, but they affect the crime rate.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, you
that's-
have
yeah.
like Virginia that this big push is being formulated by the Virginia shooting, where he used it was a pistol. Wait.
Well,
Yeah, a pistol. But I guess that's where the more than 12 rounds comes in, because it's not just your magazine that can hold. If the gun has been built by the manufacturer to be able to accept magazines that hold more than 12 rounds, that still counts it as an assault weapon.
well, Hellcat's out.
Hellcat's out.
Sorry,
365's
Dustin.
out.
Well, the 365. Well, I
12
guess
round
because you can
magazine,
get 12 round
15 round
magazine.
magazine.
Yeah.
It's built to accept it. The XL.
Anything that takes
Comes
a
with
magazine.
Yeah, or a shotgun that can take more than 7 rounds.
It's almost like they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kinda-
Luckily, lawmakers have always been experts in the laws that they pass. So
yes,
Yeah.
yes, no,
shows, yeah.
no. That
So-
is a perfect case for geography.
Geography,
All about geography.
science.
Maryland, again, you suck as well. New one there.
Suck as well.
They've already
There we go.
tried outlawing, they've banned, and yada yada yada. Their new ones is that any of these so-called assault weapons, and who knows what they're going to claim as an assault weapon on that side, but they can keep them if they want, but they have to register them, and it's $1,000 tax.
Of course.
So you pay $1,000, you can own an assault weapon. So we got a couple of assault weapons here.
Yeah, which my
MPX.
favorite thing is assault weapon, which
Yep.
I mean, as we
MPX
know,
fires pistol rounds, 9mm.
the definition for assault weapon is or the use of the term assault weapon is just everywhere and used
Yeah.
incorrectly.
So this is an AR, right?
It's an assault rifle. It's a weapon of mass
'cause
destruction.
assault rifle, AR means assault rifle. So
Semi-automatic
this is actually
9mm.
not an actual AR. It's not. It's based on an AR style, which is obviously Armalite rifle. So folding stock, but this one doesn't have anything that goes into the back end. All of its recoil is
Because
at the top.
SIG wanted to be different.
Because they
And
wanted
it's
to be
actually
different.
it's an awesome design.
And it's actually really awesome. You have one of them as well,
I do.
which is not as long as this one.
No, and mine's painted to look all cool.
Yes.
Because I like to paint all my guns with rattle cans.
Yes, and you made Jake quite a happy guy when you did that.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to paint sub guns.
Yeah, don't
Sub
paint
guns are
those
supposed to be-
subguns. They're all supposed to be that scary black.
Yeah, because they're used in urban environments. I was like, got it. Woodland pattern.
Yes, and it looks
Noted.
awesome.
It does look
We
cool.
should have that.
It's in my car. Because I was gonna shoot it today, and then I left it in there. I was like, I'll
Yeah,
go get
which
it again.
Cam is not supposed to even be here today. But
I'm not working, so I'm not an employee on. I'm a guest.
He's just a
I'm
guest.
a guest. So it
So,
works out. Hence the not wearing the rain shirt.
Right, we've been trying to get another one of these MPXs in since last summer. We've been having a hard time getting them in.
And now we have 2,
Now we got 2. So,
which is awesome. They're awesome guns.
Brian, come in and get another one.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
think he already has one. but
Well,
he needs to get another one. And we know,
everyone needs to.
We know Brian loves the SIG, so I put a SIG optic on top for him.
There you go.
Get that. That's for you, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, the one that Sam doesn't know. Somehow.
Well, it happens.
So, but along the lines of what you wanted to talk about, let's get into some of the. So, anyway, back to that. Actually, call senators, tell them that you're not going to vote for them unless they support the gun rights.
Your freedoms.
So,
Your freedoms.
Missouri, luckily,
Your rights.
has a couple of good things going. There is a couple of awesome things that they're trying to push through. Who knows if they'll ever go in?
Yeah, they've been trying to push some cool stuff, but
Basically, don't touch our gun rights. If you have anything that's more restrictive than the Second Amendment, then you can go fly a kite. And if you help anybody, you can go fly a kite as well.
Yep.
So if that were to ever pass, that'd be awesome. There's another one that's out there hanging around that is going to require every person to own an AR.
which that one's been like teasingly discussed
It's
for like the
just a
past
joke.
2 years.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's
it
just
keeps
a
popping
joke
up.
thing out there.
Usually by this time of year it pops up. So some of you have probably seen it in your news feed on social media where it's like Missouri's going to pass a law and require everyone to own an AR-15. If you look, it's the same article from 2018. So it's just one of those things where somehow it just pops back up. It's like that broom challenge thing that everyone.
Well, because it is technically still out there, and it's
Yeah, it is, yeah,
waiting
but it's just-
to be, but nobody's going to touch it. 'Cause
Yeah, and it's how are you going to
requiring somebody. I don't think I
can't.
don't even agree with forcing people to own
No.
guns. If you don't want to own a gun, I understand.
by
you
all
don't
means.
have to own a gun.
Yeah, if you're anti-gun, that's great. Don't buy a gun,
Right.
and that leaves more for us.
But also, if you wouldn't mind not calling somebody that has a gun to come protect you, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah,
too.
because that's,
Be your
how
own
that
first
works.
responder, or
Well, my favorite analogy
Or maybe
is,
they could pay
is
for
if
the
you
security.
because they're always like, oh, you don't need firearms to protect yourself because we have law enforcement. It's like, okay, cool. You don't need a fire extinguisher in your house then because we have a fire department.
exactly.
You just call and you wait, and the fire will just kind of chill until you get there. Get it chill. It's hot. It's not.
Look at you. So
Terrible jokes.
Would that also work on like you don't need to wear a seatbelt because we have hospitals?
Yes, there we go. Prime example.
Shouldn't have to have a seatbelt, so like don't wear your seatbelt because
And speaking of seatbelts,
ultimately if you
the-
get in an accident, we got hospitals.
Speaking of seatbelts, my favorite of the I don't carry with one in the chamber because it's too dangerous. I'll have time to rack it before I have to defend myself.
Yes,
Because when you're
Yes.
driving 80 miles down the highway, you have time to put a seatbelt on before you hit something.
absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean,
so
because you know what's going to happen
Science.
beforehand, so then you know I need to be prepared. In approximately 1.5 seconds, I'm going to impact this car in front of me. Let me stop for a moment. Let me put my seatbelt on.
First
good.
step is drop the phone because everybody's driving around with their phone, right?
Right.
So drop
put the phone down. Well, you probably need to hit like pause
Well,
or
hit send,
whatever on your game.
Then set it down, and then worry about your seatbelt on. That's
Yeah.
how it goes.
And then put the seatbelt on. Then put your hands at 10 and 2. Brace for impact.
And the weird thing is, and this is completely off topic where we're going now, but it's on driving. So it's not even when it's super rainy or super snowy out, but it's when it's overcast like it is today is where I see the most accidents.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's like the weather's not even bad; it's just overcast, and everyone's just
Yeah.
hitting everybody.
Or if it's sunny. Because
Well,
if it's sunny,
sun get in your eyes. You know,
like
you're
sun
wearing
gets in your eyes,
sunglasses.
you got to hit the brakes.
You know, come on, guys.
It's awesome getting those like, oh, well, it's a nice day. I'll hit the brakes.
Slam on the brakes.
Or it's a crappy day. Hit the brakes.
Slam on the brakes.
Like you people can't drive.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of you, but there's a big portion of people.
All right, back on
that
top.
Can't drive.
We're getting that. We're see.
Phil's getting angry.
Yeah, he's like, we're talking about
He's
driving.
like, eyebrows are like
twitching.
furrowing.
Just here you go.
We did bring snacks for him in case.
Because
He
he's
gets a
gonna
little
attack me
angry.
otherwise. So
Yeah. So,
But yeah,
we
so-
gotta protect Cam sometimes. So
competition season is kind of
Competition season
started
is
slash right around the
yeah,
corner, depending
it's-
upon where you shoot at. Some places have already started. Some places are kind of just starting to pick up.
a lot of your
If
major
you shoot
places are
here,
starting to
it's
come
year
in.
round. Harmless plug for our matches we have every week.
Every week,
come shoot.
Thursdays.
But
Check
yeah,
the Facebook on Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Set your phone. A lot of people think I'm joking around on this.
it sells
but
out.
You have
within
to
an hour
set
or
an
two.
alarm for like 8:55 because there's enough people out there that set an alarm for 8:55, and you got to try and beat the clock. At 9
Yep.
o'clock, it says open. Bang, hit it. submit. Submit just as like once you do it once, all your info is saved in
Yeah.
there. So it's like super easy. Open, click, info, boom.
And for those of you who haven't shot here at Master before, it's on Practice Score, which is where the link will take you. So create a free account. That way, when you click the link, it'll take you there, and your information is
All right
already
there.
in your account, and then it's
Boom.
a lot faster because
Submit.
you have to beat the regulars that shoot because, like we said, it fills up. We've had them fill up in less than an hour.
Yeah.
And then we've had other matches where we had open slots the day prior. It's
been
weird.
a minute, but since we've had
for the
any
most part,
openings,
it's
but
been
yeah.
full with waitlist. So
Yeah, and we generally run 5 to 15 people on a wait list.
Yep.
The 2-gun match, I've seen that thing sell out, and I think the fastest it sold out was like 4 minutes.
yeah. So
Generally speaking,
be quick. It helps.
15 minutes to an hour tops, and a lot of those times are like you're pointing out crappy weather.
Yep.
When a lot of guys are out shooting and their signal's not working, and they're trying to get a dial, and then you get a little bit of a break that way.
So
But
sign up for the
otherwise,
matches.
Sign up early.
Yep.
Show up and
Shoot.
sign up on Saturday, and then if you find out you can't shoot that week, drop.
So somebody else is
Drop
on the wait
early,
list
so
can.
somebody that didn't get in there on time, if it's on the wait list, will get the bump, and they can do the shooting instead.
Because if you just stay signed up and then you don't show up, we're sitting there trying to figure out if we can put somebody in your spot because you're not there yet. You let us know, and then Dustin gets all boo-boo about it, and
David Horseshoe just joined, and first he says hi, but then he wants to see the SIG, wants to know
Hi.
what that is on the table.
See, SIG,
Dave.
MPX, this is their, ready to go out of the box, with the exception of the amount of magazines. PCC gun that they
Yep.
make, so it's a 16-inch barrel. It's got their 9mm comp on it. The red dot does not come with it. We added that on there, but, buy a gun from us, 10% off accessories,
Yep.
same day. It's got the folding and adjustable stock, and then it's got their
fancy
little race
flat
trigger on there, a little flat
trigger.
face trigger. They're great shooters.
And it's awesome. I mean, if you're backwards, you can do everything backwards. So charging
Yeah.
handle is fully ambidextrous.
The controls.
Your magazine release, your bolt release,
Yeah, bolt release, but not the bolt catch. So
and so on
Yeah,
the
if you wanna
opposite
manually
side,
lock
you
the
have
bolt.
all the same goodies. So you have
you have to do it. I was gonna say you have to do it from that one. But yeah, so
So-
they're great shooters. I have
Yeah.
the 8-inch version, the 8-inch pistol version, and I love it.
they come in a bunch of different variations.
16, 4.5, 5.
5 is the other.
They
other
stopped
one.
making the 8, which
They
I
had
don't
an 8
get.
and- I
They
don't even
need to
think
bring
they
it
do the
back.
barrel anymore, do they?
They make they still have the barrel on their site, so you can
Okay.
buy the barrel.
So
Which
you can still buy the barrel. So.
switching barrels out on these is extremely easy for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
But that's a long, drawn-out conversation. We can have that if you come
It's
in
like a
and ask.
boop, boop,
Yeah, it's just, but it's cool.
Pretty neat.
And then obviously the ergonomics and controls are all very similar to an AR. So picking
Very
this up
similar to an AR.
is very easy to do if you've ran an AR for 10 minutes or more. So
Yeah.
super
So,
awesome.
awesome gun. But we got
Yeah, because
You
we're
got
talking about
this
competition stuff, so we brought in a
oddball
few different
stuff.
things. So PCC,
great
right pistol
PCC
caliber
gun.
cargo.
For a PCC, just so you have a heads up, it does require it to be a rifle to be legal
Yes,
for.
and that
the
includes
actual-
registered short barrel rifles.
Yes.
You can do if obviously your state allows it. Ours does because we're an awesome state for that. We
Yep.
allow NFA items. States like Illinois do not unless you have CNR, which is again another conversation. But things to know, right? So you can't buy the pistol version and then run that in USPSA for
Or
PCC or
IDPA.
IDPA.
Yeah, 16-inch barrel keeps it a rifle, keeps it legal in most of your states, depending
Yes.
on.
Depending,
Anyway,
yeah, legal things.
Depending. So on the other side of
I
things.
just watched that teetering and I was like,
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
like right there. But
and
it
then-
can take some abuse. So
yeah, they can. Yeah, I beat the crud out of
it'll be
mine. And then I brought in one of my competition guns. This is my Carry Optic 34 that's set up, and it has gotten quite a bit of abuse. If you guys can't see, that slide is beat to crud. Like just
And it's already been recoded once.
yeah, it's been recoded once. I just switched the frame out from the original frame to this one today, actually, because apparently it was not adhering to
Too
the
much done to the
yeah,
other-
it was not
other
adhering
frame.
to the Carry Optic division rules to the utmost 100%. So I caught that, called myself on it, and switched that out. So now we're good to go. Don't call me on anything. I'm good on that. I checked it. But yeah, their Carry Optics fun. Basically,
Carry Optics is basically
pistol
a
dot.
general pistol with a dot.
Yeah.
Super simple.
And then for those of you who shoot USPSA, it's going to be production with a dot, which in my opinion it should be limited division with a dot, but whatever. So it's production with a dot. So production gun with a dot on it. That's why I had to switch my frames out, because it was definitely a limited frame. So yeah, but whatever. Technicalities.
Limited frame with a
Bunch of
open
stuff.
top, maybe, or a Carry Optic top. No comp, so
Yeah, it was a limited
this would be
frame,
more of
but a
a
Carry Optic slide. So
Carry Optic slide.
all the fun. But yeah, so that's good. Those of you who have not shot a handgun with a dot on it, it is a lot of fun. And there's a little bit of a learning curve just because it's something obviously very different. But
It's totally different.
just
I
a
mean,
little, just a lot of it different.
Yeah.
But if you
Less
ever
worried
want
about
to
this.
try out a dot, we have
34 with
yeah,
a
with
dot.
34 with a dot.
I think we got a couple more dot pistols that we're going to be putting down
Yeah,
the
exactly.
range too.
So
got
yeah,
some-
we have one down there now, but we're going to be moving some more down there in the near future. And then if not, or if you want to try other stuff too, if I'm here, let me know. I
Yeah,
usually
we got a bunch
have
of
one or
us
two
that
of
have
mine
them,
with
so-
dots, and you can try out any of my guns. I let people shoot my stuff all the time,
Yep.
mostly because I don't clean them. So I have a theory is if you don't clean your guns, as long as you just consistently have rounds going through them, then it'll be fine.
I mean, it works for.
I feel like it just shakes everything loose and it's fine. I don't really
Yeah.
clean my stuff.
Yeah.
Right, cleaning guns is for the squares. It's for the squares.
Everybody does that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Is that for the boomers? Is that an okay boomer comment?
But yeah, so by all means, come try out all my stuff.
Yeah,
Try out all this
and
cool stuff.
most of us are like that too. I mean,
Come
we've
get your
got-
hands on one of these. Unfortunately, we don't
MPX.
have this 6-inch model down on the range, but we do have the 8-inch model on the range,
Yep.
which is a lot of fun to shoot. But you can still come in and take a look at the full-length PCC model. And
we got all kinds of fun stuff.
That's
So
what it is, yeah.
ask questions. I've got a couple of, got the Poly 80 with a dot on it. Kentrell's got a couple of Canics with dots on
yeah.
them. You got my Mutant and a host of different ARs if you're looking for something specialized or something with different triggers and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so if you guys are
'cause those
ever
things
wanting
kind
to
of
see
do
weird
make a
stuff,
difference.
ask the
Some people don't
employees.
think about it. They think, okay, well, I just got to buy a gun and it comes the way it comes.
yeah, you can do a lot to do a lot of different
Nowadays,
stuff.
nowadays, pretty much everybody's got tweaks that you can make to them, and we can help you with those tweaks and put triggers in and get slides cut and all that good stuff. So come
Help
and talk to us.
steer
if
you in
have
the
any
right
questions on
direction
that.
so you don't make the poor choices we did with buying weird stuff that doesn't work and blowing up AKs.
Ask questions first, especially getting into the competitions. I think everybody should, like, as long as you're safe with a pistol or rifle. If you want to try the PCC thing, be a cheater in a pistol game, that's fine.
Pistol caliber cheaters.
Yeah, pistol caliber cheaters. That's what PCC stands for in the shooting world. At least we see. This is weird. 'cause
It's
like,
freaking me out that there's
you
a
see-
hole
keep
in the
people,
wall. I
like,
keep seeing
standing
people walk
there and
past
it's
and they'll
like-
like look in and they're like staring like,
So
hey.
for the people that are just joining, explain again why we have a mess.
Okay, so Rich made a hole in the wall and decided that people would need to be able to see things. So he just opened it up.
There's going
and,
to be a
like,
window. It's not going to
there's-
stay open.
No, it's gonna stay open.
Yeah, it's going to
Oh, you
stay
open? I thought we were going to put like an
It'll
actual
stay
like,
open so that people
window
can just sit here like this and watch as we're doing things and like make faces. And while we're over there looking, it's
Like
all
fools,
like
like
confusing
hooligans.
and stuff. And it's
Oh, I thought it was going to be.
you see it in the corner. Oh no, I got all my dirtiness. Look at
Oh
that.
my gosh, it's all over you. This is why we can't have nice things, everybody.
It is not like it's bad.
But yeah,
But yeah, so we made big holes and there's people and it's distracting.
it's great.
I blame Rich.
Super easy to
blame Rich. Maybe
stay
we
on
blame Ron.
topic. Yep.
He hasn't been here in a while, so we'll blame Ron.
Yeah. 'Cause he hasn't been in a
We
while.
got some new people here too.
We did.
We got a couple of new guys that started up.
Yep.
Come in and give them a hard time.
Always.
One of
Always.
them's a crayon eater, which is another reason why we got the crayons here. In
In case he wanders in here.
case he wanders in.
Great friend of mine.
We need
Great
to
sense of humor.
settle him down.
So just give him a hard time.
I only
get
got
in
him the
trouble.
glitter one, so he'll be amused and then.
You'll be distracted
full.
and full. Yep. It's
Yeah.
great. But yeah.
So you got all the goodies there. On the
just as
competition sides, it really doesn't make any difference what kind of a thing you have. As long as it's a pistol, you're safe in handling the pistol. Come out, shoot a match.
Yeah.
You don't have to know a whole lot to get going. Run what you brung, especially most of our matches. Yes, we do run some sanctioned matches, but the majority of them are pretty free-flowing. And if you show up and you don't have something that exactly fits, especially if you're new, we'll talk you through it, give you a couple of ideas on what things you might want to swap around in order to take advantage of whatever you've got. Glocks are great, Smiths are great, CZs are great.
Springfields are great, Dustin.
Springfields are great. I mean, really, it doesn't matter what
Yeah,
you got.
whatever you had. Yeah, this.
We've seen people shooting high points.
Yeah,
Well,
it's-
actually,
when
I
it comes-
technically haven't actually seen somebody shoot in a high point, but I have been at a major match and seen a guy wearing a high point shirt.
Well, there you go. Yeah, what it comes down to is if you decide you want to get into the competition world, which I highly suggest because it really shows you what you need to work on as a shooter. Don't go out and buy a new gun with the purpose of shooting competition. Use what you have already before you make that plunge into buying competition stuff. That way you can kind of figure out what you like and don't like and what you really need over what you might just think is cool, you know?
Yeah, because there's a lot of guns that are out there, and there's a lot of guns that they're coming out with nowadays. Walther's got their Q5 matches.
Oh my
just
gosh, yeah. This
amazing. Both the polymer version, the steel frame, they're both awesome guns.
Yep.
The new X5 Legion.
X5
Awesome
Legion
gun.
is a great gun. Another awesome SIG thing that they put out.
CZ's got the Shadow,
Which
is
we can't even keep in stock. We have a
awesome.
used one right now. We have a used Shadow too in the case.
We do.
Which-
we do. So somebody come grab it.
I've been staring at that for a couple days.
And so those are guns that you're going to pay a little bit more. 2011s, there's a number of them out there. You're going to pay more for them. They are basically taken out of the box, and you don't really have to do any upgrades
Yeah,
to them
they
at all.
run.
You might want to tweak it a little bit to your style of something, but
Yeah.
realistically, you really don't have to do anything to them. They will run, like a sewing machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be something you want to do.
Yeah.
It does take a lot. If you want to be competitive, it takes extra practice. It takes things like dry fire, and
It doesn't necessarily take the most expensive gun out there.
no, it really doesn't.
It'll benefit you more to practice in both at-home dry firing with an unloaded firearm, and coming to the range and having an actual plan of what you're going to shoot and what you're going to work on. That'll benefit you substantially more than spending 3 times the amount on a gun than you really need to. So,
Yeah, I mean, you can spend $1,000, $2,000 in a really awesome competition gun, but if you're getting into it, you're dumping a bunch of money. We literally had a guy just trade in. In fact, the CZ, the Shadow that we have in the used case, is exactly that. A guy got the excitement. He was going to start shooting matches, and he went out and he bought what he had been told is the perfect competition pistol.
Which is
and
the
he felt
Shadow
it. He loved it. He
Yeah,
went
well, they're great
downstairs. He shot it after he bought it. I mean, and he dumped a bunch of money into it. Never shot a match.
Yep.
Decided,
Maybe this isn't
I just not sure I want to do the running around, and whatever the reasoning is behind it, decided, you know what, I'm not really going to end up shooting. And
Which-
came in and sold us the gun back, and sadly, it's a used gun. I
Yeah.
can't give you full brand new pricing, and
because we have to buy it for the purpose of selling it, and
Yep.
we can't sell it at the same price you bought it at because it's now a used gun. So
right. And
It's an
we
unfortunate-
all know that
unfortunate
you
reality.
only put 50 rounds through it, but
a used gun's a used gun.
used gun's a used gun. It's like buying a used car. It's a used car.
Yep.
Now, I have zero problem buying a used gun. In fact, you're a big fan of buying used guns. I am as well.
Almost all
'cause
mine are used guns.
you can always get a better deal on a used gun than you can on a brand new one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is not quite like a used car in that most of your guns are going to come with only 50 rounds through them. Although you can really tell, most of the used guns don't have a whole lot of wear into them,
Yeah.
because the majority of people trade in a gun because they find that after they were sold it by some guy at a place and then they started shooting it, they realized they really weren't a big fan of that. Somebody else has something there, they try that thing out, or they come in, we see it a lot of times, guys that come in and be like, well, I bought this thing, I thought it was going to be really awesome, but I'm not really digging it. we'll show them a bunch of different pistols, send them down to the range. The last thing I like seeing is somebody walking in trying to sell a used gun.
Yeah.
Especially when they're like, I bought it and I thought it was going to be great. It's not.
And the benefit too with if you as long as you don't have a problem buying a used gun, like there's nothing wrong with it, is you can buy a used gun, save yourself $100-$150, or if not more, off of the brand new version, and then spend $20-$30 on new springs, if even that, to put new springs in it, and then it feels like the brand new gun.
Couple of magazines. So you just have that money
when it
that
comes
you
to
save on magazines. All you really need is a total of 3 magazines, a gun, and a holster.
And mag carriers.
That's almost one of those things that, you know what, if you're just getting into it,
that's true.
Don't worry about that. Literally and don't worry about if you have enough magazines. Come in, like I said, come in, talk to us. 90% of the shooters that are out there are more than willing to turn over all of their gear for you just to help you get into the sport without having to spend a bunch of money.
Exactly. The shooting sports are awesome in the fact that you will have people that you can have somebody that you compete with neck and neck, constantly battling for one place over the other every single weekend that you shoot together.
Which 3 of us here
mortal enemies. Yeah, exactly. And somebody will forget something, and another shooter will happily be like, "Hey, you're like my rival or whatever, right? The closest person that you're competing against. I would much rather you have the right gear and you beat me than than me beat you solely based on the fact that you didn't have the ability to carry the magazines you needed."
Yeah.
So it's a super friendly competition. So if you've even considered it, at the very least, come out here and shoot on a Thursday night when we have matches. You can always come into the bay and check and see what people are doing. We don't expect you to be running and doing all the shooting as fast as everybody else does when you start, but get an idea kind of what is going into it. Ask questions, pick people's brains, and then come in and ask us when we're not running the competition other questions, and we'll happily get you set up.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I've been involved in sports since I was little. I've said it before, and the shooting community is the first one that I've found that no matter who they are, there's a really, really good chance. I'm saying like 95% chance that whoever you talk to is going to treat you decent. They're going to be nice. And they're going to give you some sort of a tip.
Yeah.
And if they're giving you tips that you don't want, say something. They'll shut up.
Yeah.
They may still say something. They'll just say it over on the other side with some other people, and they'll start making fun of you and stuff. But we're literally all out there just trying to help each other out. We all want the other guy to shoot his best, and we want to shoot our best and beat them shooting our best with them shooting their best.
Exactly. You're never going to have anybody who's going
to... Cantrell, Dustin, we're always right in the same mix. A lot of times we'll shoot in the same squads, or we're constantly trying to outdo each other. But if any one of us sees another one of us doing something that's costing them time or slowing them down or not quite the way it should be done, it's that, hey, if you do this and do that, you're going to be shooting this much faster or that much faster. And that goes all the way up. I've had Jerry Michlik stop and talk to him and ask him questions, and he's extremely helpful. Bob Vogel, same thing. You can talk to these people that are at the top of the game, the best shooters,
and they will happily give you pointers,
every pointer, and try and get you to shoot at a level that you can beat them, because they don't want to stop at where they're at. They always want to get better, and if somebody else is shooting better than they are, it drives them to get better. And it doesn't have to be for any awards or otherwise. So it's just the fun factor of just coming out, hanging out with a group of really cool people, guys, girls, young, old, it don't matter. I've shot with, I think the youngest was 9, Evan Craig, 9 years old. He was shooting with us. Met some kids down in Texas that were 13. In fact, now their grandfather comes in here all the time, the Breezes. He was 13 when he started. He's 15, I think he's 16 now, RJ. And holy cow, is that kid amazing.
Yeah. Spartan 300, they'll be there. They're great.
Yeah, they'll have an entire squad, if not 2 squads.
Yeah, if not 2. Yeah, when I was talking, we said they might have 2. But they
got 3 generations
Yeah.
of family members all shooting together.
That's the way to do it. That's
Super
awesome, yeah.
man.
All
Super
great people,
awesome.
and again, it comes down to some of the friendliest people in the sport because
Yeah.
they sit
They
there
got
and
their
they
girls
just
that are
they
involved
prod
in-
each other on. They try to get each other going, and their whole squad too. Even people who won't, they don't know, and it's one of those things where it's like, hey, I saw last stage you did this way. This is my approach on this stage. Like, what do you think? And there's no shame in the game of when you're competing with
Right.
these people to be like, hey, I was thinking about going this way and doing it this way. Like, why when you shot it did you do this? Is you really? And then you can bounce ideas off each other's heads because
Game plan.
yeah,
tips.
there's no shame in helping each other out, and you're not gonna have people be like, no, I'm not sharing my plan and why I did that with you. There's probably somebody out there, but very rare will you have somebody who isn't willing to give you pointers and help you out, and
Yeah. I mean,
Try to get you up there.
and you've seen all kinds of guns, all kinds of people,
Mm-hmm.
but man, it's just over and over and over. I mean, you've got guys that have been shooting for 20, 30 years that will literally take their time, and they've done it 100 times before that, and they'll take their time to sit down and talk to some guy who it's his first match. He's never done anything like this before. They're taking their time. Your first match, you should expect to finish at the very bottom. You should be going way slower than you think you should. If you feel like you're going fast, you need to slow back down. Get that comfort factor. You're going to be nervous. It is not an issue.
no.
Just main things. Follow the 4 basic rules of firearm safety. Most important of that, don't touch your gun until you're told to, and keep that sucker pointed in the right direction.
Yep.
Other than that,
And if you're
the rest
not
of them,
sure-
it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
we are very lenient when it comes to new people, and yes, we're all out there to try and get the best score.
Yeah, and if you're not sure
while
about something-
you're shooting, I'm not gaining any points or losing any points. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So if it takes you extra time to shoot the thing, like, it'll come to a point where it's like, okay, we've been here half an hour and he's still working on the same stage. Like, but it's never happened before. I've shot with an 80-something-year-old woman. And
Yeah.
average score times were 30 to 45 seconds. She was in the 2.5-minute range. Nobody complained.
No.
Her husband's sitting in the back. He was just so super proud of her. She had a little bitty 80-year-old woman shooting a 1911 Chamberlain 45. She was having a blast. She finished off, had a grin ear to ear. Her husband standing in the back, grinning ear to ear, wishing he could do it, but with 2 bum knees and bum elbows. And he was hoping she would learn to shoot so that she could protect him,
There you
which
go.
was awesome. Like, 80-year-old couple, and
Romance.
he's trying to get her to shoot better so that she can protect him because he couldn't do it anymore. So come out and shoot. They're always good. Females, like, there's a huge influx of female shooters
Yes,
coming
there's been
into the
more.
mix.
There's been more and more, which is awesome.
Oh man, it is awesome. You had locally, we had a female match director, not but half hour that way out of Bentrust last year, Chelsea Krebs, which she was awesome putting on matches. So like, you don't have to worry. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are, how big or small,
Where you
old or
come
young.
from, yeah. I mean,
Come out, have some fun.
Exactly.
Bring
And-
whatever you got, and we'll figure it out from there.
yeah, and it's one of those things where no one's gonna hold it against you or think any otherwise. If you're sitting there and they tell you, one of the commands like load, make ready, and you're not sure, you're like,
This isn't me.
what? Hold on, time out. Like, what are you talking about? Like, ask questions. Nobody's gonna hold it against you. Believe me, we're all gonna be a lot happier if it's your first time shooting and you're asking all the questions than if you're like, that's my first time shooting, I'm nervous, I don't want to make a fool of myself, I'm just gonna keep quiet and hopefully I can wing it and make it work. It's like, ask the questions.
Yeah.
We want you to get the most out of it. What's up?
Yeah. Speaking of that, Chelsea's in the chat.
Woo-hoo.
Look at that. And right underneath that, Darth Vader himself.
Yep.
Like, that's a guy that's been shooting a long time. We'll just say that. But like, awesome dude. One of them guys that when you are new to the thing and he sees it and he's like, I don't recognize you, he'll make the effort to come over to you and start talking to you.
Yep.
And it just,
The sport's
that's
full of
kind
people
thing.
like
It's
that. It's
awesome.
a lot of people that really just
awesome.
want to grow the sport, get people into it, and make everyone feel welcome, because everyone is. I mean,
Yeah.
we want more people to shoot competitively and to get out there, because this could also be something that one day, the things that you improve on in competitive could one day save your life or someone else's.
Yeah, and I
so
don't
it's
hear
another
none of
aspect
that
too.
shooting, competitive shooting get you killed in the streets. Well, nobody is going to jump out in the middle, although I have said on multiple occasions, like if you just jump out in the middle of everything, just start spraying bullets, there's a chance that people are just going to run because they're like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
It's not a good idea, but covered in concealment.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, like you pointed out, it's the techniques, it's the learning how to use your sights, how to quick
Yep.
mag changes, ammo allotment,
Multiple targets at
being able
different
to figure it
ranges.
out, going from one target to 2 targets.
Fixing malfunctions, because you will have malfunctions when you shoot competitively, because you're putting stress on yourself, which is the biggest factor with causing malfunctions, is the shooter itself. So you're
you'll see
gonna
guns go down.
Yep, you're gonna have guns the malfunction. You're gonna have guns completely go down to where there's nothing you can do that day about it. It's just a part of it, and it's something that you're not probably gonna run into if you're just downstairs shooting on a flat range. 50 to 100 rounds, go home, clean your gun, do the same thing next week, not really mixing it up, you know?
You get those guys, oh, my gun's, I've never had a jam, never a hiccup. It's always run perfect. You ever shot a competition? No. How do you shoot? Standing in range?
Yep.
Just plinking away?
Yep,
I have
super
seen
controlled
every gun
situations.
have an issue, and malfunctions, they're normal. It does happen. You may not recognize that it happens, but it does happen, and it happens a lot. And there are some that are more prone to having problems than others, but generally speaking, all guns are going to run most of the time, and they're going to jam or have a malfunction on occasion.
Yep. Ammo issues, magazine issues, all kinds of stuff.
and it's the first time that you'll really get to push yourself. And in our mind, we think, oh man, if this is going on and this or that, I can do this thing. We just saw the guy, down in Texas, the one shot. As a competitive shooter, I'm thinking, oh, I could probably do that. Well, we turned around and ran that same stage downstairs, and it was actually surprising to see how many people were able to do that shot. Obviously, it's in a little bit different environment, but they were able to do that shot. And then at the same time, you had plenty of guys that were missing that shot and realizing, oh, it's not quite that easy.
Yeah.
So,
That's the other thing too, is talking about how doing like a scenario like that down range or downstairs on like at a match is completely different than if you were like, okay, he was how far away? Okay, great. So I can simulate that at a standing range doing, okay, well, I can't make the target move, so it's going to be stationary. We're both going to be standing there. The pressure is, I'm just going to take my time and make the shot. In a match, you can have that we can set up where the target's actually moving laterally, like the target was in real life, or like the threat was in real life. That's probably the better way to say it. Like the threat was in real life. And then you simulate the actual stress of the environment by having the fact that you're being timed. So you're in mindset trying to get it as efficient as you can, because once you hear that beep, every aspect of a plan that you might have had
It's
just
just gone.
vanishes. It's just the sad reality
what do I
of
do?
it. So
Oh, I'm supposed to draw this
oh,
thing.
yeah,
I'm going to do.
it's like,
Where am I
great.
supposed to shoot? Yeah, it's
So-
total brain collapse. But you get through it.
Yeah.
After you've done it a couple of times, things get a little bit easier, and you're still going to forget your plan. It just, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that even Vader himself probably forgets his plan. It happens less and less often as you gain experience, but you're still going to forget stuff. It's still going to have times where you're nervous and so forth, but you start figuring out ways to get around that. And I think that's one of the biggest things and biggest benefits that I can see in there is learning to get through some of those chaotic moments with a gun, which is, it's purposeful explosions going off in your hand right in front of your face. And that is, it's a bit out of the ordinary for a lot of people. So
yeah, just a little out of the ordinary.
yeah, like you don't always do explosions like right here.
Right there, yeah.
Although it would be kind of cool if we could just like boom and just have like a little explosion.
Next live show, maybe. I'm just kidding.
Like the
Well, we did cut a hole in the wall, so it's better ventilated in here. So
yeah.
the possibilities for more science is very real. So
like tannerite.
science, yeah, because setting off tannerite at an indoor range is always a good idea.
I think it would be a fantastic.
I think it'd be
idea.
great. Now, what could go wrong?
I don't know of anything that would go wrong.
Yeah,
Maybe like fun That's not wrong.
It's just too much fun.
Oh, I don't think there is too much fun.
We'll find it.
We can try.
If there is, we'll find it.
We
So,
can. Rich is probably going to yell at us though.
yeah, 100% we will. He
Yeah,
will.
definitely. But maybe we'll just do it on the day he's not here.
I like it.
Somehow I feel
Devious
like he'll
plans.
find
Nobody
out,
tell
though.
Rich. It's a secret. So,
Yeah. So I mean, anyway, moral of the story: come out, shoot.
yes.
We are going to have some things opening up. I know Dustin has a intro to competitive shooting coming up, so I want to say that's in March time frame. I want to say towards the end of March, I believe.
Sure.
Fill it.
Check the page; we've got it on there. Go to therangestl.com, click on training, scroll down, competitions right in there. Click it. I think he's got 1 or 2 coming up. So we've got those. Every Thursday, just about, we're running a match. So sign up on Saturday. If you don't get signed up, or if you are that guy or girl, come out on Thursday. Wander in and say, hey, I'm here for the match. I'm not signed up. I'm not going to shoot today, but I just want to watch.
Yep.
Is that cool? Totally cool. Bring eyes and ears. It's helpful if you help paste. You don't have to. If you start shooting matches, you will be expected to paste. We all do it. Everybody goes.
Yep, reset the
it's a lot
stage,
faster,
everything like that. It makes
if we all work
go
together
by
as
a
a
lot
team. So don't be that guy that just sits in the back.
We're not going to
unless you're
expect
just
you.
watching.
Yeah, on the
Be that
on
guy.
the first few matches, we're not going to sit there and expect you to like run the timer and score and everything like that.
No.
Don't worry. It's literally if you get into it, the most you're going to be expected to do is shoot safely
Yep.
and help reset the stage during or between shooters. Like that's pretty straightforward, simple
Yeah.
stuff. And again, if you
Take
guys
direction.
have questions, by all means, come in and ask. If any of you haven't been in here or haven't been in here a while, you should. Well, hopefully your friends will tell you we absolutely love talking to people about anything and everything firearms related. So please come in here, ask us questions, pick our brain. We will happily sit there and talk to you and help you figure stuff out if you want to get into competitive shooting.
Yeah.
Figure out what works for you, what doesn't work. Answer questions. If you talk to an employee that isn't a competitive shooter, they can direct you to somebody or grab somebody that is. You
We've
can
got
better
quite
help
a
ask
few of
questions.
us now that are getting into it. We
To
got
the point
more
about
that are
half of
really
the
trying,
floor,
yeah.
for the most part, is. So at any one point in time, we should have at least 1 or 2 competitive shooters here who will happily answer questions. But yeah,
Yeah,
and
we're
if not,
getting
a
the
lot of us are
knowledge.
here even on our days off. So prime example. So yeah, come and ask questions, pick our
Come and
brains.
shoot. Yeah, so we've got the competitive class. Then we've also got some move and shoot that we'll be coming out with here again. We've done it a couple of times, or I've snuck it in. Like, hey, we're just going to leave the stage up, and then tomorrow we're just going to announce something. We're going to start trying to pre-schedule some of those
Yeah.
things.
So what that is basically we'll leave a stage up, and you pay. What is it? We're trying to figure out what it's going to
Yeah,
be fee wise, but it'll
probably
be
be something along the lines of if you want to shoot in a lane, just like normal, it's $20 for the lane. If you want to come over and do the move and shoot as well, it'd be like a $10 add-on. If you just want to come in and do the move and shoot, it'd be $20. Members be $10. So you give a discount on the member.
So we'll figure.
And
Yeah,
so
but
we'll figure
it out. But
and
basically,
then
it'll be
we'll
a
actually have a formal
simplified
thing.
version of the stage to where you won't necessarily need a holster and mag carriers.
Right.
You won't need more than probably the 1 or 2 mags that you'll have
Yep.
that come with your gun. And it'll just be, hey, this is where you're going to start. This is basically
This is the basics we'll
what
do.
you're going to shoot, where you're going to move if there is movement on it. You'll pre-stage your magazine, so you'll put one over here on this barrel to do your reload if you need one, things of that nature, and then that we can kind of get a taste as well for what it's like running through a stage as a competitive shooter, kind of get a feel for
And for those of
different
you that are
aspects of it
still
all.
like, I'm just really not sure if I want to do the competitive side, awesome. Come out to the move and shoots and shoot it as if you are going through your house.
Yep.
It's
another great training
totally
aspect of it,
a totally cool way of doing that as well is take it with a different mindset of like, okay, this is, and we'll have things like hallways and walls and so forth that we'll have set up. And so you can look at it like, okay, if I'm in my bedroom and I've got to come down the hall, make up your own scenario. I don't care. Let us know what your scenario is, and maybe we'll even rearrange the stage to set it up
Yep.
more similar to your specific situation, because as competitive shooters, we're always looking for other ways to make things more difficult on ourselves. Whereas the defensive guy is trying to think, how can I make this difficult situation easier? Talk to a competitive shooter. We're going to find a way to game everything. So we will help you work through that and look at it in a defensive situation, a competitive situation, whatever. The other thing we have is the 60. Are you want me to climb the ladder to success? But we'll have the hour-long sessions and so forth with Phil doing stuff.
Yep. Improvements don't stop for anyone.
I have a feeling they're just trying to kick us out of here.
Yep. You need that too.
You want to come?
You want some more stuff? Yeah. Here. This is important for the structure.
Structure.
Yeah.
Of the S.
The S. Why is there an S?
I don't.
What does the S go to? There's for the simulated. I forgot that it was outside of the wall and that it was taken down. We now have everyone.
Dude,
so here's
look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. We got all the people.
Oh, did we get that? Did we get that? Oh, that would have been so good.
Dang it. Uh-oh.
He's like, you
I
guys
didn't put it back
keep
right.
doing
Phil's
it.
got to fix it.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. And then we got this.
And now we have Jeff.
That's what we work
Look at
with.
this. This is.
Yep. That's
How
good.
well did that?
And this is what makes it awesome to be part of the range.
Yeah.
And now there's
good.
beatings. That was with a 2x4.
Getting out.
Things are getting weird around here. It must be a Thursday.
Tomorrow's a Thursday, but I caught your reference.
Okay.
It's good.
It's not Thursday yet.
Well, this is Wednesday too.
Now I'm just scared.
Yeah.
Should be.
Before they get any worse, we might want to just wrap this. So,
Glitter.
let's see. Anything else? Do you need a snack?
Sure. I got somebody I want to tamper.
Oh, I got a green one.
Oh my
I got a green one. Depending on who you're going for, that might be the favorites.
Yeah, I don't want to get him too excited.
More people just waving one.
Yeah, well, there's a
Just
hole in the
never know.
wall.
It's a hole in the wall.
The whole hole in the wall.
That's a.
We should just.
For the record, I was told to put the hole in the wall.
Are we just gonna? We should
When
just
did you
get.
fix that?
Should just get rid of the door. What's the point of
I have
having
a
the door
feeling
if there's
the
gonna be a
door.
hole in the wall?
I don't know. There's been multiple.
Stuff's right here to move.
There's been multiple conversations of whether there's going to be just an opening left or a window installed or just.
No, this will be.
I don't know what we're doing. So
We'll have to find out.
you'll have to come in and check it out. Or-
Yeah, because we're not gonna tell you otherwise.
Yeah,
I'm just
because
kidding. You
next
guys will
week we're
probably
just
say,
going to
"Oh,
leave
you
it all
probably
sneaky and you won't even know unless you come in and hang out.
should."
So
Sneaky,
come in. We've got date night going on right now. 2 people, all you need. We got lanes, guns, eyes, ears, targets, ammo, the whole 9 yards. $40 for non-members, 25 for members. That is
There you go.
weekdays. I don't even know.
I don't know
anymore.
what's happening right now, but yeah.
Come
so-
in and ask questions like, why?
Yeah. Come see all the fun.
Otherwise, you ready? We're out.
Yeah.
We're
Have a
done
good
with
one.
this. We'll see you guys.